Hey guys, Wolvie here. This is the Laguna rework analysis video for the City of Final Fantasy Opera Amiel Global for the 2nd of November 2020. Now, the thing here, like with Warrior Light, you guys know the drill. The pros and cons for Laguna and his secondary rework. So, as far as I know, I do have to double check, so please do not quote me, is that Laguna supposedly has his 80/80 awakening on JP. However, he does not have his LD. So, for that, when it comes to the later aspect of this video, I'm going to go over what a prediction or potential route for that LD weapon when it comes along. The usual disclaimer, any opinion in this video is my opinion only. And I will also bring up Tonberry Troop, the City Database website, so links for that will be in the description below. So, with that, we're just jump straight into the Laguna EX weapon post-realization. So, the name of the weapon here is called Leopard. The EX ability is called Ragnarok Buster. Interspace for you, this is what you see here. And this is the recap of the pre-realization info for Laguna's EX ability. Now for post-realization, so this is what you see here. So, 0 out of 3 post-realization, the max bravery limit goes from 150% to 200%. It inflicts attack down 2, defense down 2, and speed down 2, all in frame down all enemies for 6 turns, which is really good. 1 out of 3 is a moderate raise to max bravery and attack. 2 out of 3 at the start of the quest has the following to self for 6 turns. Attack up 2, physical attack up 2, and manly charm. Grants party max bravery up 2, and that's also for 6 turns. At the start of each wave, it inflicts the following to all enemies for 6 turns. Manly charm, the unafraid buff, raises max bravery, deals greater bravery damage based on number of debuffs afflicting target. 3 out of 3, Ragnarok Buster becomes a this is what you see here. Brave attack and HP tech get their plus variants. You get the E-Sphere here, all range critical boost down all. When dealing a critical hit to a target with group bravery attack, enemies get a max down 30% debuff for 3 turns. So that's that on the EX weapon post-realization. So we're going to go into the rework info for Laguna. Now, fortunately, I'm getting some confidence, so that's it. That's why I'm going through this a little bit more quickly than usual. So for the rework for skill 1, grenade extension, you have here 2 more uses of the skill. And then you have here the stolen bravery makes max up to 150%, and the debuff duration, the debuff, all that stuff right there. Now we have here the skill 2 shotgun extension. You have 2 more uses to the skill, and all the stuff you see here in red. Now, with Laguna's secondary rework, what's good and what's bad? Now, what's good about this is that he does, surprisingly, the bad thing here, he doesn't really have many ways to deal AoE HP damage. So, team composition might be rather crucial for him. Now, fortunately for him, what kind of saves him in this regard is that he's not elemental like Kefka. And like Kefka, he inflicts framed debuffs. So, the reason why I say this is a good thing with, having Laguna somewhat developed is that, Kefka deals magic damage. Laguna, more on the physical / ranged. So, you always want to have, more than one unit of a certain type. As in, units who could inflict debuffs and those debuffs being framed. So having Laguna along, as a backup debuffer is actually excellent. But again, the thing that holds him back a lot is actually the fact that he doesn't have means to deal AoE HP damage as often as Kefka can do. Now, the thing is with Kefka and Laguna, you do not want both of them in the same party. But then again, you also want to make sure you have them developed because as a backup to Kefka, in the sense of enemies resisting magic type damage, and you have Laguna ready to go. Now again, as far as I know, but do not quote me here, Laguna does have an 80/80 awakening, but does not have an LD. Now if he were to get a third rework, as well as the LD, the primary focus for Laguna, in my personal opinion, would be to have more ways to deal AoE HP damage. Because Kefka has that completely covered. And it would not hurt for Laguna to get the same treatment. So that's the only thing I could really see out of that. I mean, the duration, it wouldn't hurt to go there too, but the main focus would probably be more along the lines of making sure he has more ways to deal AoE HP damage. Because he's good at what he does, and it's an excellent backup to Kefka, but that single target focus doesn't really help him in some circumstances. So to do a quick recap here for Laguna, his secondary rework is really good on an overall scale, but he doesn't have as many ways to deal AoE HP damage, and that's where it hurts him. Now he actually has a really good E-Sphere, and it's one of those where you have to think about okay, who you want to put that on, and why. So I gotta give credit where it's due. And that's where I'm going to end this video. With Wolvie here signing off, I will catch you all on the flip side.